When it comes to our health, we don't always think about taking care of our brains the way we take care of our bodies. We tend to focus on other parts of the body and overlook the brain, which is responsible for all bodily functions. Mind Your Head channel presents the 11 habits that damage your brain and how you can save your brain by avoiding these habits. Social ignorance. How frequently do you interact with other people? We look at screens for the majority of our time these days. We have computers, phones, and tablets. On WhatsApp and Zoom, we communicate with others. However, nothing compares to having a face-to-face conversation with a friend or relative. The fact is that your brain longs for interpersonal contact. People are social creatures. Because of this, socialization improves your mental and emotional health. Your brain loses out on chances for development, happiness, and social fulfillment if you go days without speaking to anyone. It's true that your work matters. While having a passion for a topic is wonderful, you should always schedule time to visit people. Whatever busy you become. Uncontrolled expectations. Do you hold yourself to unreasonably high standards? Many ambitious people want excellence. Anything less leaves them disappointed. They push themselves to put forth more effort than everybody they encounter. Additionally, they are never happy with the job they produce. People with this drive to succeed may be inspiring to you, but their continuous desire wears on your mind. You are limited, whomever you are. The number of hours in a day is limited. Additionally, you have a limited amount of energy to use. You'll be disappointed if you expect yourself to finish everything right away. Additionally, you'll forget about your own constraints. Each person has their own set of restrictions. Some people are able to work non-stop for hours. Others take regular breaks to stay motivated and focused. Control your expectations as well. Your objective is to strike a good balance between work and life. Once you've discovered it, you can maintain that balance every day. Lack of sleep. Your brain requires sleep for a variety of reasons. Your brain depends on a good night's sleep every single night for everything from memory to concentration to health to happiness. But what if you frequently lack sleep? Perhaps your sleep patterns are irregular. Perhaps your room is too noisy or bright for you to sleep through the night. Perhaps you struggle to fall asleep because you spend too much time on your phone right before bed. Whatever the reason, you're not getting the deep sleep you need. Don't wait for a perfect situation to alter your sleep schedule. Keep improving the surroundings. Create a schedule for sleep. Create healthy sleeping habits, because getting a good night's sleep is so beneficial for the mind and the soul. Inactive Brain. Your brain enjoys being active. It enjoys trying new things. It desires to complete work and go deeply into difficult projects. Your brain demands stimulation, thus the more stimulation you provide, the more it wants. However, it's not always in your favor. If you're creative or productive, the stimulus builds positive momentum and encourages you to be more productive. On the other side, your brain demands more of the same if you stimulate it with time wasters like TV or social media. This is a particular challenge for those who work during the week and take the weekend off. You desire to unwind and rest after work hours. Consequently, you take no action. For instance, spend your time engaging in enjoyable activities, having stimulating conversations, and exercising. These stimulating activities promote learning and development in critical brain regions. Keep your mind occupied and active, then you'll experience laziness otherwise. Your brain will suffer as a result of losing motivation. Loud hearing. People have a natural tendency to increase the loudness. It enhances the enjoyment and immersiveness of the music. If you constantly listen to music at a very high volume with your earphones or headphones, you should stop doing it, because it could damage hearing. But your ears aren't the only ones who suffer. Indirectly, hearing loss will affect your brain tissues. Your brain can't store information when it needs to work harder to hear what someone is saying. Adjust the volume of your earbuds to safeguard your hearing. because it allows your brain to perform more effectively and is a terrific method to preserve your hearing. According to the Digital Headphone magazine, after removing your headphones, hold them out in front of you at arm's length while maintaining your optimum volume. If you can clearly hear the music, consider lowering the volume and repeating the process. In order to give your ears ample time to rest, they advise that you try to take regular pauses throughout the day. Eating too much sugar. How much sugar do you take in each day? Almost every processed item we consume on a daily basis contains sugar. It can be found in the drinks we purchase, the snacks we eat, and the meals we eat. A moderate quantity of sugar is necessary for your health and growth, but too much sugar harms your brain, which is your most vital organ. Very little amount of sugar can be processed by the brain. Your brain may find it difficult to produce proteins and properly absorb nutrients if you consume 2 or 3 times your recommended daily sugar intake. Studies have shown that a prolonged high-calorie diet can in fact increase a person's risk of developing memory loss or mild cognitive impairment, MCI, later in life. Think about how much sugar you're taking into your body next time you want a sugary snack. Missing meals. Nowadays, missing the meal is very common due to the prolonged working hours and extensive travels. Your brain depends on food all day long, despite what you may believe to be the best interest of your body. It makes energy from that food, which it also uses to control mood and find solutions. Your brain cannot operate properly if you are not eating. When you quit drinking water, the same thing takes place. Your brain requires a lot of water. Your performance suffers throughout the day if you don't drink enough water. Your energy levels have dropped, and your ability to focus is significantly weakened. More significantly, your brain doesn't grow if you aren't eating or drinking. Instead, it begins aging more quickly than it is supposed to. Your brain becomes more prone to both short-term and long-term problems as your cells start to die. Fortunately, you can maintain proper hydration and nourishment for your brain. Take in a lot of water. Every day, eat 3 meals. Your brain will continue to function at its best this way. Overloaded. Have you ever been overloaded with information? A lot of individuals overload their brains with information. You set a goal of memorizing 100 items, but the majority of them end up getting forgotten. There's a limit to how much information your brain can process simultaneously. Say your grocery list has 30 items. Each item has a greater possibility of being forgotten because there are so many things you need to keep in mind. But what if your list is only composed of 5 items? Because there is less information for your brain to remember, you are considerably less likely to forget anything. Information overload is a common cause of stress and is bad for your memory. If you come across a lengthy list of data, divide it up into manageable chunks. Your brain will remain attentive and stress-free in this way. Procrastination. Do you find it difficult to get things done? Do you struggle to withstand temptations all day long? Imagine you have a few hours of work to complete. Your friend sends you a message, inviting you to hang out, just as you settle in at your desk. Saying no allows you to concentrate on your work. Or do you put your work away so you can enjoy yourself? Your self-control is being harmed each time you put something off. You're making it more and more difficult to put your work ahead of having fun. Your brain learns to put off your work instead of teaching you how to prioritize your objectives and works. So you're undermining your ability to regulate yourself. Self-control is a muscle. You have to exercise every day. If you're procrastinating, you're weakening that muscle. Your actions prevent your brain from creating constructive, disciplined habits. Your future productivity will be impacted by this. Resetting your priorities is necessary. Force yourself to get to work when you have the temptation to put off something. By deciding to work instead of have fun, even for 5 minutes, this crucial muscle is strengthened. You'll develop more restraint. Additionally, over time, you'll achieve more. Smoking and consuming alcohol. Smoking has numerous damaging effects on your brain, in addition to lung and even heart issues. Smoking damages cell membranes and neural viability in certain areas of the brain that manage balance, coordination, and both fine and gross motor skills. Moreover, it thins the cortex, which is where functions like language, memory, and perception take place. The moment alcohol enters the bloodstream, it starts to have an impact on a person's brain. In a healthy person, the liver quickly filters the alcohol, assisting the body in eliminating it. But when someone drinks too much, the liver cannot process the alcohol quickly enough, which results in the rapid changes in the brain that are commonly referred to as getting drunk. Blanket overhead. For a brain to operate normally, oxygen is crucial. Your brain performs worse the less air you breathe in. When you sleep with a blanket or comforter over your head, you may create an environment where your oxygen intake is less than 20%. When you curl up under the covers, are you feeling warm and cozy? Certainly. Does reducing the annoying effect of too much light or sound in the morning help? It does, of course. However, it will lead to an increased intake of carbon dioxide, which means you're putting your brain cells at danger for damage. If you're concerned about your brain's health and the quality of your thinking now or in the future, you should take all the advice in this video to mind. You can improve your memory, learning, mental toughness, and overall brain health by making a few small changes to the way you live. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked or found value in the video, do give us a thumbs up. If you are new to channel, consider subscribing for more content like this.